This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Y'all, I just paused doing the opening because I felt like I had to burp.
Scared it away.
And every time I get grossed out by Chip's burps, he's like, have you listened to your podcast? And so now I'm... Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Oh, no. Shading Chip, and Karma cut you off right in the middle there.
Karma just ran straight up my throat.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Chip, happy belated birthday
Happy
to the man,
belated.
the myth, the mustache.
You know, I like him young, and he's about to not be. No, just kidding.
Wait, so what is his sign then?
He's, I believe, the last day of Gemini.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I have no idea.
I
I
mean,
don't know any of the actual like dates at all, other than my signs and like friends and family.
I think that's right because he's for sure a Gemini.
Okay.
And
that's what, the twin?
yeah.
Yeah.
The dual.
Yeah.
And then also, I think because it's the 21st and mine's the 22nd, I think it's like he's at a cusp. He's a cuspy boy.
Cuspy boy. Oh, you're both cuspies.
We're cuspies, baby.
Ooh, cute.
Cusp for life.
How cute.
Yeah. So we went yesterday and went and saw Fast X, the latest Fast and Furious install.
How was it?
It well, first of all,
I know this is like your guys' bread and butter.
honey, it's a whole baguette.
Yeah.
It's not just our bread and butter. It's a whole French baguette and then some of that really expensive butter I see people cook with on TikTok that has like a paper wrapper.
Oh, God. And then you throw some hot honey on top of it.
People, hot honey,
Having a moment.
it's been having a moment for a while.
I'm
I
a
feel
big
like
hot honey fan.
I don't even have regular honey in this home.
There you go.
This is
Why
a hot
would you?
honey house. No, but we went to go see Fast and the Furious, and what I was going to say is there was a minute there where I was like, should we do it in 40X? And then I realized I might die
Yeah.
after the kind of like few weeks I've had.
It would be fair. Yeah, true. I think like seeing the trailer in 40X would be great.
Yeah, but
to
that's
watch the
2.5
entire
minutes.
film of just revving engines. the
I
whole
mean,
time.
craziness. Action-packed.
Yeah.
Absolutely action-packed.
I saw a tweet about it. I know nothing of the franchise.
Have you really not seen any of them?
Really have not seen a single one.
I feel like now that you smoke weed
Yeah.
or drink weed,
yeah, I ingest it in forms.
you get it in there.
Yeah, I shove it in somehow.
You put gummies in your nose holes.
Yep.
I feel like you and Elliot should, when you have like a week where you can really just do nothing and you want to veg out and do nothing,
Yeah.
you should just do all 10.
Yeah, it is something I can see us doing in the future for sure. The tweet that I saw about it that said the most unbelievable thing about the series or franchise is that they're making an audience believe that Vin Diesel and John Cena are brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes no sense.
I'll take
Absolutely
it.
no sense.
Kind of big-headed men, thick-skulled boys
I mean,
are brothers.
John Cena to me is an Easter Island statue.
Same with Vin Diesel. Maybe I could see like there is they have girthy heads.
Yeah, like okay. Vin's is a little more like oval and you know like rounded, and that could be because of the bald head.
He's got softer edges.
Yeah, but John Cena to me looks like what video game is it? Is it Mario where like the big block thing like just drops on you?
Yeah.
He's a block man.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. But they're brothers. Okay.
So the thing I like about the franchise,
yeah.
besides a million things, is that like they kind of you just suspend your belief about like race or about not racing.
Yes.
About actual race because like Rita Moreno is like Vin Diesel's grandma, but then like him and what's her face have like a black, like a half black kid, but then John Cena is white and his brother. So you're just kind of going like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you don't have to make sense of it.
I love this melting pot.
Yeah. Why not? Why? Maybe they're teaching us a lesson.
I mean, there's the series has gotten so out of control. That said, we went to Alamo Drafthouse. Yeah. So when you're sitting in a seat, drinking a French 75 and eating queso and buffalo cauliflower, you can handle anything.
That's true. That's true.
I felt bad because there were plenty of moments where I was the only one who laughed.
Oh, at a laughable moment?
At like a, Vin Diesel being, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of those things where it's like, a car, this isn't a real line. I'm just
Okay.
like, car goes off a bridge and crashes into a helicopter and it'd be like, chop, chop.
Or there's a comedic pause.
Yeah.
And so you gotta, and they put in the pause so that someone has a reaction.
Okay, wait, I want to play a game. I just thought of a game.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, and it's going to be made up.
Okay.
Even though it's probably somewhere in the franchise. Something that happens, and I want you to say what Vin Diesel would say afterwards.
Okay. Based on not knowing his character, but assuming his character.
But knowing the vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Does he do puns?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were some in there that I was like, even I groaned. You know what I mean?
Well, on the picket line of the writer's strike, maybe you can meet the person that wrote those puns.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine what the writers of Fast and Furious get paid. Okay, let's say Vin Diesel is, let's say he is under the water and like a speed, like jet propulsion thing.
Okay.
Because he needs to blow up a submarine.
Okay.
And he gets in there and he gets to it, attaches a bomb and speeds off and the submarine blows up.
Oh.
What does he say when he comes up out of the water?
He after he comes out of the water, he says, "Rip tide, motherfucker."
Okay.
This is why we need to pay writers. This is why we need to pay writers. I'm like, what is what's water?
He would have said something like, "Ooh, I could go for a submarine sandwich." It's so bad.
I believe it, but that was like Chip's birthday gift ish.
Well, no, we did a million things. That was
okay.
actually more of a last minute thing.
Okay.
Because we had people visiting for the last 5 days. My friend Megan. Hello, Megan. Shout out if you're listening. And they were here for a music festival on Saturday. And the main event, Susie and the Banshees, got rained out for inclement weather.
Damn.
Which sucks because they flew here from New York.
Yeah.
And because there was no inclement weather.
Yeah, that you're coming to Los Angeles. That's not what you expect.
It was nothing. But so they rescheduled it for last night. So then Chip and I were like, oh,
Yeah.
well, then let's go see Fast X.
Perfect.
Let's do it, baby.
I mean, that sucks too because I feel like Taylor Swift is getting all these headlines for playing these 3.5-hour shows in full rain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, she's now setting a standard that no one can cancel their events ever.
Does she have, when she is doing the rain shows, does she have like scaffolding or something above her so she's not just straight up?
She's in the
being rained on?
photos. She's in the rain, full on. But then I'm like, okay, you guys have to prepare for this because my childish understanding of electronics and water
That's what
is
I'm
that
saying.
there's going to be explosions everywhere. This isn't safe, but everyone's fine. She did the whole show recently, like 3.5 hours, she said, in the pouring rain, start to finish.
How are people not getting electrocuted?
I don't know. Or the audiences are getting sick.
That's true. Well, my friend Jess, who was in Vegas with me last week, and 90 million years ago, because we'll talk. I've lived a life this past month. But she went to Taylor Swift in Kentucky, and that was like the first rain show. And she said that Taylor didn't come out till like 11:30 or something because it was a forced rain delay because it was like, tornadoes or flooding.
Yeah.
And because you can't be in like a stacked stadium and then it's just like water rushing so hard that it's just wiping people out like a mudslide.
Exactly. And you can't, I know she's got such a dedication to her fans and a reputation for dedication to her fans, but if you're a safety person in the venue, you'd be like, Taylor, you got to break some hearts tonight.
Especially
we got to call the show.
If you're at the bottom of, let's say, I don't know, 200 rows of bleachers.
Yeah.
And all you're getting is everyone's floor snacks.
God,
just old popcorn and nachos with fake cheese and bottles
and they love it. And they love it.
But she said she played till 2:30 in the morning. And this was a Sunday night. It wasn't even the next day was a school day.
That's wild.
For a lot of these kids.
I guess you got it. The show must go on.
You got to do what you got to do. Oh, speaking of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Did you hear who dropped in? No, I told you Imagine Dragons.
I saw Weezer in there.
Weezer dropped in and played an acoustic set. Once again, I was not there.
I showed it to Elliot. I know. I was like, oh, maybe he's going to be there. I showed it to Elliot because someone sent it to me on Instagram. And I'm like, see, this, he makes sense. He looks like a writer standing amongst writers just holding a guitar. here. Whereas seeing him like on a rock stage with a big drum and a little body just being like boom, 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 I'm like, he fits here in my worldview.
And the offshoot, when we were talking about Imagine Dragons doing that, it didn't fit because that guy looks like he should be revealed as the third brother of John Cena and Vin Diesel.
Exactly. He does look like a hybrid of those two.
Oh, wow. Okay, now we're on to something.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so what's been up with you? You've had a wild, wild week.
I've had a wild, like this
couple weeks.
This week was wild, and then the previous week was Vegas. And if I looked in my camera roll, the previous week was something else. Like, I am so tired, Grace.
I bet.
I woke up today and I looked at Chip and I said, I'm excited not to drink for a couple days. Like, I was actually, my body was like, ooh, you get to like dry out for a minute.
Yeah, please, dear God, help.
So hardcore. No, it was just entertaining friends nonstop and like having the best time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And luckily my friends who are visiting are both like vegetarian and vegan. So they wanted to eat good, healthy stuff like me. So at least there wasn't that. But we kept it moving, baby.
Yeah, I mean, they're from New York, so they have a stamina already.
They can do this. They're East Village, Alphabet City. It was the best time. Probably my favorite thing that we did.
Yeah.
Which I invited you to, but you were out of town, which I want to hear about as well, is we did a Vanderpump establishment bar crawl on Friday.
Oh, wait. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about this part yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How was it? Because the finale episode, I'm still rocked from, and I am preparing myself for the upcoming reunion that I'm very on edge about.
I know. I am too, to the point where I was like, I can't wait to drink for several days, except maybe one day. Wait, let's ask our listeners right now. I think that's a great segue.
So we have been, you hear us talk a little bit about reality TV here and there, but we never go too in depth. We've done some bonus pods on our own Patreon talking about reality TV, but we wanted to soft launch a question to you guys about the possibility of in the future, if we were to, let's say, post a second podcast every week that was entirely dedicated to talking about reality television
and just like television in general, because you and I, we only watch a few scripted things, but when we say reality TV, that could also encompass, Great British Bake Off, things like that.
Yeah.
But like Grace and I could like align our reality and TV watching stuff because like I'll go back into Housewives. I'll start Below Deck.
Yeah.
These are things that I'm willing to do for you guys listening.
I will suck it up and try to watch Love Island. No, I would absolutely love to. I would love to watch Love Island.
Long story short, it's like when we started this podcast, we talked about doing it because it's when people would say like, well, what do you shoot before or after videos? And we'd be like, well, this is the stuff we talk about. Now it's kind of like we continue to talk about reality TV. Grace and I only text back and forth about Vanderpump Rules.
And there are like extensive, long texts analyzing things we found, our own separate individual opinions.
TikToks we've watched with like conspiracy theories.
Like a lot of our free time is spent on reality TV, but for some reason we've always kept that off the radar of this like podcast material. So we thought might be cool to have just like a separate episode a week that's dedicated entirely to that, but throwing it out there for you guys to munch on and let us know your thoughts on that, because also we'd want to figure out maybe like when shows start, and it would be a good time to kind of start and be able to kind of follow a show all the way through,
because we know some of you guys might be like, well, I don't watch any of those right now, but I don't want to miss out. So then it becomes like, all right, well, when is The Bachelorette starting? And then 2 months later, we know there's a Housewives, and we just kind of like figure out this cycle of like us all watching stuff and chatting about it.
Because I don't know, did you see that there's a show called The Golden Bachelor coming to ABC?
Hold on, I have not, but I haven't watched The Bachelor in several seasons or Bachelorette. However, I remember even like fucking 5 years ago, when they cut to the casting call, going to commercial, then being like, are you over 50? And I was like, where is this?
Here it comes.
Older?
Here it comes.
Tell me everything.
All I know is that ABC is, I guess it's going to have The Golden Bachelor, will be a senior citizen who is looking for love, among a group of ladies in their golden years.
I need to host this.
I know. I'm not sure exactly when this comes out, but I guess it's been announced coming this fall on ABC and Hulu.
So then it means it's probably already shot or it's shooting this
or
summer.
Or it's like in the process now, yeah. Who knows?
Finally!
Yeah.
That's a hit!
The Golden Bachelor.
Because you know what? When you're sending potential, like contestants on the show home, I'm not feeling bad for you that you got your heart broken at 23.
Yeah.
Tina. Okay? Like, or like, even like 21. I'm like, you've got your whole life ahead of you. If anything, I needed you to get your heart broken because I don't need you married at 21.
Yep.
But if you were like 67 and had feelings with a guy and he chooses someone else, there's going to be some angry grandkids.
It's going to be hard to watch.
Oh my God.
And impossible to miss because it's
you don't need to work for ABC. That was
the reality that's so
that
exciting.
Was so good.
It's so exciting to think these people are going to be so much more grounded in their sense of selves.
Totally.
You would assume based on like
probably
the older
married
you
before.
get, the less fucks you kind of give, psychology says. And so they're going to have more of a fully formed like sense of self, whereas you watch these 20, 21, 22-year-olds, you're like, what? Why are you even here?
Well,
and
these people aren't going on there for Instagram followers.
Right. And then, so that's going to be hard to watch, is that this might be really real to most of them.
Well, I think the franchise has gotten to a point where, it got to a point years ago where it was like, we have no idea if you're here for the right reasons. I feel like in this version, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for love. And what'll be interesting though is when you get to the hometown dates and stuff, they'll be going to probably meet the kids.
Yes. And also, I feel like young people on reality shows oftentimes get very heavily manipulated by producers behind the scenes because of their youth and innocence. And I feel like perhaps, maybe, just a hypothesis, that these more mature human beings will not be so coerced into dramatic situations, or maybe I'll be proven wrong. I don't know. But this is the kind of stuff we would talk about on the second episode a week of This Might Get Weird.
I'm already like, there wouldn't be the token widow. There'd be like a third of them.
Right. And there's going to be a lot of just very complex, fully formed humans to be rooting for or against. Can you imagine a villain in this capacity?
Could you imagine being like, oh no, Meemaw got the villain at it.
Yeah, exactly. Or if he kisses a woman and then he goes and he kisses another woman.
And then he takes out his teeth.
That would be scandalous. He puts a different set of teeth in and he kisses a different woman.
Like, where do we bet right now that its main sponsor is erectile dysfunction medication?
Come on, it's right there.
Okay, well, we're cycling that in.
Yes.
If we do this basically second podcast a week.
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are, and let us know if we did it, what shows you're most watching that would be the best to talk about, and like what's coming up that's exciting.
We love it.
What's for dinner? If that question stresses you out, listen up. Hungry Root will fill your fridge with healthy food and simple recipes so you can fill your schedule with stuff that you enjoy doing more. Hungry Root is the easiest way to get fresh, high-quality food delivered to your door. They've got healthy groceries and simple recipes all in one place. You take a fun, short quiz, and Hungry Root will get to know you, your goals, and how you like to eat. What flavors do you like? What kitchen appliances do you use? They'll keep your needs top of mind and start building your cart. Hungry Root will recommend groceries based on your tastes. You can take their suggestions or choose anything you want. They've got fresh produce, high quality meat and seafood, pantry staples, healthy snacks and sweets, and so much more. I have been amazed by what Hungry Root has delivered to my house. They have stocked my fridge top to bottom, and I'm trying to try, more gluten-free options of things, and they have more than I could have imagined. Hungry Root goes beyond your weekly grocery haul with thousands of easy recipes that actually put your groceries to good use before they get forgotten in the back of your fridge. And the best part is that everything that Hungry Root offers follows a simple standard. It's gotta taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. So spend less time shopping and cooking and more time enjoying healthy food that you'll actually love with
Hungry Root. Right now, Hungry Root is offering this Make It Weird listeners 30% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/TMGW to get 30% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. Again, that's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you.
Okay, but back to this.
Yes.
So Megan, thank God, like 2 days before her and her boyfriend Alex came out, was like, do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
Perfect. You know everything you need to know by that question being asked.
Oof. And I said to her, I was like, Steve comes over for a double header. He watches Survivor with Chip and then Vanderpump Rules with me. And I ask questions during Survivor and Chip asks questions during Vanderpump Rules.
2 of the most ruthless shows on television.
I mean, true.
Conniving. There's so many liars on all of those shows.
I mean, I think Vanderpump Rules has way bigger lying right now.
Oh, huge.
But anyway, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because they got here at like 5 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'll cook some burgers.
Yes.
I'll make some deliciousness and then we'll hunker down.
Mm-hmm.
And it was then that I was like, we have to go. Yeah. We have to go to all of the Vanderpump establishments, especially since Pump is closing.
Right. And I will tell you a conspiracy theory about that after.
Oh. See, this is our other podcast.
I know.
Okay. But anyway, so it was great. What we did is we went to Sir first for a cocktail.
Nice.
And I mean, we got there at 5 when it opens, and there was already a list of line of probably like 15 other tourists.
Wow. Yeah. Perfect.
Like we're waiting on the sidewalk. You can just see it's like Marjorie from Delaware.
Everyone's already live streaming on their phones in their pockets.
They're looking around being like, was that Peter? And it's like, no, it wasn't.
Which I did see on your story. The video that you said, like, only real fans come the week of the final episode. And the video is so
crazy,
quick and abrupt that I could feel you, like, taking it out and then doing it really quickly, like, putting it away.
No, here's the thing, is when I record video in my story, it does it at some, like, crazy frame per second speed.
Oh, weird.
So I have to, like, do it normally in my camera and then show. And I didn't do that. But no, I had a lot of people in my DMs not knowing that Sir stood for Sexy Unique Restaurant.
Oh, that's quite the piece of
reveal.
information when you find that out, that you go, wow, this is really as stupid as it is. Even dumber than I thought it was.
It's so stupid. But what was so great is Megan didn't realize, and she was like, this makes me like it more.
Yeah.
And apologies to Lisa Vanderpump, whose podcast we like to do. How do we say Michael's Craft Supply chic?
Yeah.
The furnishings are?
Yep. Oh, it's an aesthetic that works, I guess, well on camera, but in person, you're like, oh, there's dust on these artificial flowers on the corner, and someone's hot glued some pearls on them, I believe.
It's just a bunch of fake flowers in a huge vase with those like cut in half marbles. Like, whatever those are called.
There's such an attempt at elegance, but you know that they're trying not to have an overhead of real crystal anywhere.
No.
So it's like, I appreciate the DIY.
Yeah.
But it's, when you get up close and personal, you're like seeing strands of hot glue.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Megan was just like, that neon sign is on Amazon. It was like one like cocktail sign that you could buy right now.
It makes it kind of like, it humanizes it in some way.
Like on camera, when you have professional lighting and color correcting and whatnot, you go like, oh, look at these amazing wooden pieces probably shipped in from Bali. Yeah. And when you get there, you're like, this was a fire sale from World Market when a shipping container sunk.
This is like on this clearance rack at Home Goods because this chunk is cut off the corner and they just put this plastic fern in front of it.
And for some reason, we sat outside and all the seats were like 1 foot off the ground. We were like, what's happening?
You can't get up and leave.
You can't. No, not with these knees. That said, the cocktails were delicious.
Oh, good.
They were actually really, really good.
Part, yeah.
So we went to dinner and then from there we went up to Pump.
Great.
We were doing the circle. We went up to Pump, which is way more elegant.
Yes.
Because they have a courtyard with like olive trees, and they have like actual lighting, and
Which is why it's a more expensive location, right? Is that why it's shutting down?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, oh yeah, the actual. I don't know
Yeah.
how much like the price difference were, but we actually got a couple seats at the bar, and were the fake leather stools peeling like it was at a pizza parlor in New Jersey? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Stuck to my leg a little bit.
it's like when you go to you see an Airbnb online, you're like, wow, this looks so great, and then you go there in
Yes.
person, you're like, wow, they've had a lot of guests in this Airbnb.
There's a commercial out right now that cracks me up, and it's so stupid. And for some reason, it makes me laugh so hard. It's for like Bear Paint,
Okay.
where they're like, like friends are coming over. They're like, let's stick something here. Let's do. Have you seen that?
No.
And then she's like, should I just stand here all night? like by the time the friends arrive, they've rearranged everything to like cover up their bad like their bad paint. Anyway, that's how it kind of feels like. Where you're like, does that rotting wooden crucifix need to be drilled into the wall right there, or is it covering something bad that happened?
You're like, like the ratio of like, should there be two of them? There's just one. So like something happened behind that.
There truly was like a wooden cross drilled up and like two huge drills right through the center to where I looked at it and thought I had googly eyes. And then Melissa, my friend Melissa, she goes, you couldn't physically have hung that worse. And I was like, I know. But so anyway, we get there and it was great. And of course, we sit at the bar and we order 4 pump teenies.
Great.
From the little, like unbuttoned shirt, spray tan guy. And that was so sweet. He comes over, he goes, oh, they've been taken care of. And there was a fan named Colby who bought our drinks. And it was just like, oh, this is perfect. So we had our pump teeny. I have notes.
Yeah.
I could make it better.
Yeah, I
but
bet.
We'll maybe save that for TikTok. And from there, we went to Tom Tom.
Okay, which I've never been.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
Yeah.
I'd been to Pump, but because we went with like Tyler Oakley.
We've been to Pump, and then we walked into Sir, I think. Didn't we? We walked just to see it, but I don't know that we had a drink there that I can remember.
We went to Tom Tom. It's a lot more like minimal.
Okay.
Like, yes, do they have giant lanterns?
Okay.
Were we underneath the world's biggest fake orchids I've ever seen in my life? But it was a lot more subdued. But here's the thing is I was taking content because I want to build like a reel of the last couple of weeks just to be like, this is why I'm tired.
Yeah.
And, we took pics in front of signs, whatever. But then that was the point where we were liquored up enough to where like Megan and I were like, I was like, Chip, start at the sign outside and then pan down and we're going to do the slow motion turn, right?
Like the credit or the opening title sequence.
So I was like, okay, who cares? I'm finally going to be, I'll be corny enough. Let's do it on the streets of WeHo. And so he's like, and go. And he starts to do it. Megan and I turn. I'm giving a look. I'm face to face with a homeless man screaming at me. I was like screaming at me, like this close to my face, like the woman screaming at me at the B-52s.
oh my God. Yeah.
And he was just already going like,
yeah. On a monologue.
on a crazy monologue. And I was like, oh, do we got the shot? Like Chip cut right before.
Oh, okay.
But you see Megan go like slow motion smirk and then her eyes freak out. And I was like, oh my God, what an asshole. Like, that's not where you want to be caught.
Yeah,
where just like, I'm sorry, man.
We're doing a bit.
I'll get around. And then he started, as we walked off, he just kept calling us Flintstones. Because Megan had red hair on top of her head. And he said, look at Pebbles, Flintstones. But anyway.
Amazing.
So we go in, we have a drink, all is well. And then we're like taking an Uber home. And then like at the very last minute, I was like, can we change our destination? Shorts and sandals.
Of course, yeah. You gotta catch them all.
You guys, I don't want to put money in their pockets, but I had to complete the mission at hand.
Look, curiosity is gonna eat you alive unless you follow it.
Now we know that Shorts and Sandy's is in a little like strip mall.
Okay, I know really nothing about
It's behind UCB.
Oh,
like in that little
weird.
like weird little strip mall.
Yeah.
You know where it is? It's in the same tiny Elbow shopping center where I tried to get a bucket to shit in at the BLM protest.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about now. I have
so many memories.
Dropped a pin and I'm there.
So we go in, and here's what I'm going to say, Grace. aesthetically, really good.
Okay, because I will say on the show, it does look like maximalist kind of cool.
It has really high ceilings,
Yeah.
a really cool wall, and I don't know if they did this or if it was previously there. They'll have
Yeah.
they had like a few banquettes with like a really tall arch around it.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
they had like a little like Juliet balcony that was like cool and lit. Now that said,
Yeah.
worse service.
Okay.
And here is why. And I feel bad because it was one of the guys I've seen on the show. That's
Oh,
like,
okay.
we need your cocktail list, you know? Because we waited so long because he was the only bartender for the whole place on a Friday night, which makes me
that
think
sucks.
the
People
finale
quit.
came out and people quit.
Yeah, because the finale came out and they were saying they got them down to 1 stars, and all the girls are just flat out like, we're trying to ruin your business.
Yeah.
So sorry, dude.
But it was a really fun night. And then we came back here and kept drinking.
Nice. Nice. Well, the conspiracy theory I heard from Keith from the Try Guy's wife that I just saw, Becky, on TikTok, that just like came up in my feed, and she this is her theory, and I was like, I can get behind that she thinks that the reunion is going to be the thing to watch, that people are apparently some of the castmates, they're saying, are going to have to question whether they want to continue doing the show based on what was revealed at the reunion. And in her mind, that adds up to not only would Pump be closing, but Sir might be closing, and she might be moving the show to Vegas, Caesars.
What?
And then if you want to stay on the show, this is all speculation that it would be about Lisa's garden or whatever that's in Vegas, and that if you want to be still featured on the show, you'd have to move out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but I was like, that sounds plausible.
But I have to tell
Amazing.
you, the craziest part of the whole night
Yeah.
was the Uber there.
Yeah. What happened?
Grace, buckle up.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I know we're going there to be dropped off at Sir, and I was like, I cannot be dropped off in like a Prius. So I got like an Uber XL SUV black car, you know, like I dropped.
Plus there's 4 of you.
There's 4 of us. So I was like, let's get some room.
Yeah.
Like, you know, pulls up this like beautiful, I don't know, Escalade. I have no idea what it was.
Big car.
But I was like, and Megan was like, ooh. I was like, we can't be dropped off at Sir in a Camry, you know? Like I said,
you
now
got to feel the fantasy if you're going to do this tonight.
I said, we're absolutely like being picked up by a Toyota Corolla on the way home.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be dropped off there. So we get in the car and we're all in the back and we start to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear this like projected cough, like just one like, but it's so loud.
Okay.
And I was like,
Not from the driver?
no, but the thing is, it sounded like it was over a speaker.
Yeah.
And I was like, does someone have a ringtone that's a cough?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is this someone's text alert?
Yeah.
What's happening? And Chip goes, he's got a microphone above his dash area.
Oh.
And so he immediately is like, yes, this is not a normal Uber. I won't do the voice all the time.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if we need
But
that.
no, we don't need it. But he was just like, this is, I have a fleet of Ubers.
Okay.
Like this is,
they can
normally you
talk
wouldn't
to
be
each
picked
other?
up. So it's all speakers around us. So he's right there. He's 6 feet away. And yet there's speakers around us booming his voice like it's the voice of fucking God.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I know, and you're very like sound sensory sensitive. And so this thing that you upgraded to is now a nightmare.
Grace, he ate sunflower seeds the entire time.
It's the most fucked up ASMR ever.
He reached into a bag, sunflower seeds, with his fucking hand, dropping it in an empty Solo cup,
Yeah.
projected from the speakers.
Oh my God.
5 minutes in, I go, you can put on music if you like. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear music. He goes, okay, but only, what he said, only like Persian music. And we were like, great. I was just like, I gotta hear something. I gotta hear something besides. I was looking at Chip and I was like, I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah, it's like a panic
It's
attack.
No.
No.
But I also think he had like, I don't know, microphones near us to hear us because,
Okay.
and he said it was custom. He goes, it's custom. How do you say in America? It's custom.
Okay.
Like to have this,
Yeah.
which I would understand if like you're a parent or something.
Yeah.
But like I said something about, I forget who. And he just goes, I drove Paris Hilton for 3 years.
Wow.
But I was like, I said it quietly in the back.
Oh no, he could hear I mean, Yeah, that's kind of wild that it's like, is
Yeah.
this now an invasion of my privacy?
Well, I was
but
so
you're in
scared
his car?
because I was like, can he hear me say like sunflower seeds?
Yeah. He could hear you probably fart if it was silent.
It was the craziest thing to watch him fully pull out spitty sunflower seeds and put them in there. And then at one point he goes, "Do you mind if I make a call to one of my drivers?" And I was like, "For the love of God, no. It'll keep him from doing the sunflower seeds."
Yeah.
Still didn't mute the speakers.
Oh my god.
So then we just listened to him on the phone on speakers throughout the whole SUV. I was losing my mind. We pulled up to Sir and I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And then as he goes, "Be sure to rate me 5 stars. Who booked this?" And they pointed at me.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Be sure to book me 5 stars." And as I'm getting out, he holds out spitty sunflower seed carcass hand to help me out of the very back. And I said, "I'm good, man." I said, "I'm good." And I was like, I don't know what he thought, because right after me, Megan goes, "Well, I'll take it." And I go, "Did you not see him eating sunflower seed? Did you not hear him eating sunflower seed?" She goes, "Oh my God, I forgot. I forgot." And I was like, "You better go chop that hand off, girl." It was crazy.
Weird.
I was like, what is that thing called? Like misophonia, or
I don't know.
there's
What?
like the fear. It's called let's see, misophania. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's the fear of hearing people eat.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Like there's
that I know
people
of.
who it's like hearing someone be like, it's like their
Ah.
worst nightmare.
Yeah, I'm no fan of that. I just also don't like ASMR in general.
Right.
And this sounds akin to ASMR.
No, I get the tingles.
Yeah.
I get the auto response, whatever, from like certain noises.
Yeah.
This was like,
Too much.
no one should eat sunflower seeds in public unless they're a professional baseball player.
And now I want to see, can you see like what other people rated this guy on his Uber
I don't know
rating?
if ratings are
Because I feel like it's like a huge oversight to be like,
huge.
can we just mute this, sir?
Just turn off the microphone.
Yeah.
I mean,
He didn't get it that custom.
Grace, it got to the point where I almost was going to go, "I'm sorry, I'm allergic to nuts and my throat is starting to like, if it had been like just me, I might have done
something
it.
else. He would have pulled out some other food and kept
Yeah,
going.
some other disgusting food to eat. He would have been like, "No problem, ribs."
Oh my god.
So that was the way there. And I was
Wow.
like, get me a drink.
Get me a
I'm getting
pumptini
drinks at
immediately.
every Vanderpump place
Did
here.
you see anyone from the show other than the one guy at Schwartz and Sandy's?
No. No, but I could tell,
Makes
like,
sense.
it's finale week.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna,
They're all in their safe spaces.
I mean, everywhere was packed. And I saw that Daniel Prada went to pump the next night. And I was like, I was there the night before. He was like, it was delectable, but that line was so long. And so I think everyone is like trying to get in during these times.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It was a blast.
What fun! I
What
mean,
fun.
that's the kind of Hollywood tour you want to go on when you're out here.
Oh,
100%.
when we were waiting in line to get into Sir, 2 TMZ,
really,
like vans with the tops
yeah,
taken off, stopped.
I bet. I mean,
trying to
it's-
get a glimpse.
What is it? One of the highest rated programs on Bravo right now. It's wild. That reunion's gonna be wild.
Now wait, how was Colorado? I know you said it was just like a chill trip.
Colorado was great. We saw our friends Sarah and Claudio, and they took us to a little town called Black Hawk. And
I saw that. Love that.
love it, right? Fun to say. And it's this. It's like 45 minutes outside of Denver area, and it's like all of these little casinos all in a line, like tucked into the mountainside. And we stayed there for the first night, and 'cause we all love dumb gambling. Like
Yeah,
we
you
love
do.
dumb machines. And you just spend the night like soft focusing on all of the lights everywhere. And honestly, there's no smoking inside. So it's like way cleaner than Vegas was.
I love that.
I know. Like when we got there, I was like, this is way nicer than I thought it was going to be. Like I was fully
Yes.
prepared for like golden nugget, but worse kind of situation.
Not the golden nugget. Remember that quote from Stassi?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
Tom Sandoval? Okay, sorry.
And then, yeah, we spent the first night there, and they're just like kind of identical casinos all in a row. So you like go play in one, and then you go into another, and then you
Were
like
there the horsies?
no, online it said there was.
Oh,
so we like
shit.
spent the night trying to find them, but they weren't there at all. But there were all these other ridiculous slot machine games. We all lost a sensible amount of money, donations to the casinos. We ate crab legs. That was the big.
I saw your Patreon post.
Yeah, that was the big thing that I didn't realize because, you know, there's buffets, but the big ticket item is that they give you a little actual ticket for 1 pound of crab legs.
So you decided to wait to get to the Rocky Mountains to eat
highest
crab
altitude.
legs.
We were practically like eating crabs on a plane. It was like we got there and it's like late in the night and you just look in and there's just like tens of adults at tables just all hunched around buckets eating crab legs, like crack, 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 crack. You might hate it because the audio is just all of these sounds.
But I worked at a crab house for 5 years, so I got over it.
But man, I really forgot that eating crab legs is hilarious and delicious and a really tough thing to do.
That is 1,000% what the driver would have pulled out if I would have said I'm allergic to nuts.
Yeah,
They'd be like, no problem.
I got
Entire snow crab.
These are like massive crab legs, cartoonishly huge, and everyone's just dumping them in buckets. Like this is all normal business that we're all doing. And it was honestly fantastic. We all ate way too much. There was also a ramen vending machine. So we tried that because you got to try all the amenities.
Was it good?
Delicious.
Really?
Shockingly delicious. And these two women just sat on the sides and they were watching us the whole time do it because we were the idiots that were like, yeah, we'll put $13.99 in here and do it. And they just came up and they were hovering around the ramen. Just
Get your own ramen,
How
hoes.
is it? How is it? Wow, I got to take a video of this for my son. He's never going to believe that I saw this machine. I was like, this is great. But the place itself was like, it was just this beautiful juxtaposition of like, you look outside, it's these beautiful mountains. The air is so crisp and so clean. And then you go inside and it's just sounds and lights and crab claws everywhere. So it was really great.
There should be more casino atmospheres in beautiful settings. Because when you're in Vegas, you're like, for the love of God, don't make me step outside. There's nothing to see. We're literally in the middle of the desert. But like, if you could have just like a little casino
100%.
and, you know.
I know. Then we went to this Central City, I think it was called, which is like literally 5 minutes away. Smaller town, smaller casinos.
Whoa. How big was the Black Hawk?
Black Hawk was, pretty decent size. Bigger than Agua Caliente.
Was this other
in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Little bigger than that. So that's kind of what I was expecting. And I was like, oh, this is fun. This is a little bit bigger than this. They also just have drink stations everywhere. It's like so perfect for me. There's just like soda stations and coffee stations everywhere. So you can just fill up as much as you want.
Oh my God. That's your bread and your baguette and French butter.
100%. And unfortunately, we were there the wrong Friday night for bingo, which I got myself all fucking pumped for.
Well, you and I should go to bingo in general because
100%.
We pass a bingo hall on the way to our mall.
Really?
Yeah, there's one over there.
Yeah, I would love to because it's so fun.
I've never played bingo.
Really? I've only gone once. When I was in college, I dated some guy that wanted to go play poker and like we went with a group of friends and somehow I ended up by myself in the bingo hall for like hours while everyone else played table games. And I was like, my people, this is so fun. We all just had daubers and it was so great. And these people were legit so fiercely into this game and they all knew each other. Okay. And they're like, Debbie wins every fucking time. And they would get really mad at the calls and it was very intense but friendly at the same time.
We gotta go.
I know. I feel like it would be truly a great time. I mean, I feel like we'd see a lot of people from the Golden Bachelor there.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
I
Okay,
know.
well then let's wrap things up.
So we had a great weekend. It was super fun.
I didn't mean to cut you off about your weekend.
No, there isn't much else going on. I'm like, what else did we do? I posted a little video about it. It was just like cute. It was just like a good mix of really like tacky, trashy games and like sweet quality time with friends.
Well, see, I feel like I had already known a lot about the weekend because you guys should join our Patreon because Grace does incredible posts every Friday. This one was actually about her weekend. Sometimes it's just about her thoughts. Sometimes it's about her favorite things.
It's super fun. Yeah, so join the Patreon over there. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
And in addition to that, if you already are a patron, we announced 2 weeks ago that we were going to do this thing called the Throwing Shade Challenge, which is essentially you guys craft it up and submit like the dumbest type of hat you can, like a summer hat. So you could get like a big summer hat and like hot glue snacks to it.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. So go over to Patreon. There's a week left to enter and then we'll have a really fun trophy for the winner. And we're also going to do a video reviewing every submission that will also go on Patreon. So it's popping over there, man.
Oh, I totally forgot too. No. Which also this works out because I forgot it was Chip's birthday, so we can consider this a gift for Chip.
Okay.
Everyone suggested these to us for like weeks, and I
Okay.
forgot that I had actually ordered them, and they finally came.
Oh no, it's the Velveeta Compartes chocolate collab.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh
I haven't
my
opened
God.
it yet, but I got back and was like, "Oh, hi, Grace." Got herself some gifts from the internet.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, me too. I haven't opened them yet, but they're supposed to be.
Or do they look like macaroni shells?
Yes, they do.
Because I love Compartes chocolate. Oh
they're
my God, they're
little
individual.
truffles.
Are they supposed to taste like cheese or they just look like cheese?
I think they have some taste of
Cheese?
cheese. I'm
Oh
not
my
totally
God.
sure, but that's consider that Chip's birthday gift.
Okay, well, I think we should each take a little video of us trying these individual,
Yeah.
and then we'll splice it together and put it on Patreon.
Perfect.
Oh, I think I got you something too.
Oh my God, guys!
Will you look? Is it in that chair? There should be two little toys.
There's a lot going on this.
There's so much going on this chair. Yeah, these. I got us those finger skateboards.
Oh hell yeah! You guys, this is what adult friendship is.
I saw these at the checkout at the grocery store, and I thought you and I should each work on a couple tricks.
Yeah, X
So,
Games, baby.
Yeah.
I
All
love
right.
that.
Well, this was so much fun.
So much fun.
Grace and I are leaving right now to go to the mall to go shopping because we're doing photos together for the first time in like 4 or 5 years.
Oh my God, I couldn't tell you the last time we had someone take photos that we could use to promote anything.
That we weren't dating.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But whew, I mean, I'm exhausted.
Same.
And this got weird.
Yeah.